Everybody, and welcome back to Back Roads. We're in the 2nd of August, sorry, 2nd of October, and we have moved on to harvesting corn. Fergus, GoldenEye, City Flyer, Darren R, James, Sipper Buffo. It is dawn of Valtra. Y'all have not had a chance to check out the new Valtra tractors that we got in the 1.7.1 update. Let me tell you something. They are pretty slick. Waylon, what is up? Oh. And as you have seen from the thumbnail, we now own a Valtra. We're going to be using it later. It's right over here. It's right over here, people. Here it is. We're going to see it once the fog of war is gone. Lots of configuration options on the Valtras. Lots of configuration options. Diablo del Toro. Howdy there. We're live. That's right, we are live. It's alive! And we are getting a pretty impressive yield out of this corn. Reverse drive is back. Lots of different cab configuration options. Other options that we really haven't seen in other tractors. Completely redesigned interior. Feels like to me that we are talking about the Valtras of 2022. Now, any stuttering you see is a result of us still building in our shader cache from the update. Carter, this is single player. And honestly, I have to question how many content creators just let random people jump into their streams and play with them. Probably not any. Yes, do Valtra wearables. We are wearing some Valtra. I don't do Twitch. But yes, we're going to do a rundown of all of the Valtras very soon. I mean, quite frankly, I think in 3 years, we're not going to be talking about anything on Twitch. I think Twitch is a dying platform. 3 years from now, it'll be a, oh, remember Twitch, like we say, remember Mixer? Probably nobody remembers Mixer because it was I never took off. Altona Gaming, what is up? I'm not saying people on Twitch are bad. I'm just saying Twitch as a platform is bad. All their policies discourage the growing channel. We're gonna go on the outside. We do need to get our production started. Activate. Activate. Super Twins. Thankfully, this field is about a half the size of the field we did last night, so it won't take us long. Because I've got some fertilizing contracts I need to do with the Valtra. I wish I had the money to show off all of them, but I only got $25,000. City Flyer, what is up in farmland? That is the question. Trying to see the trees for the trees. I think we were talking maybe a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, we were talking about a mod. A mod that would be cool would be a chainsaw on a pole. A long reach chainsaw. And then you could come up here and cut down limbs from the ground. You could just clear out limbs that were in the way. Oh, Chris, don't we all know RN is registered nurse, don't we? Yes, a pole saw. Yes, I know there is a mod that lets you have extra long reach with a chainsaw, but you know what? That's not near as fun as using a giant pole saw. Schultz is in the house. Welcome. Welcome. Today we are going to be giving away a copy of Pumps and Hosiery. and welcome back to the back roads. It is the 2nd of October, and we are working. We are working hard, harvesting our field of corn. Thankfully, this field is not near as big as our soybean field, so it will not take near as long. GoldenEye, I do not want a laser. I want a pole saw to cut down limbs from the ground. So you can clear out limbs that are overhanging a field. Carter, I already answered with you. This is single player. We are also going to be talking about the dawn of Valtra. Because Valtra is back. Valtra is awesome. Valtra has a ton of configuration options. These ain't your Farm Sim 19 Valtras, I'll tell you that much right now. And as I was saying right before the intro, we are giving away a copy of Pumps and Hoses tonight. Be sure to enter to win if you are a PC player, because we will be redeeming with a Giants eShop copy of Pumps and Hoses. And the Giants eShop copy of Pumps and Hoses will work with any and every PC install, be it Steam, Epic, local media, or digital download. That's okay, Drew. That is okay. There's the giveaway. Clicky on the link. Sign up for the giveaway if you are on a PC. We're going to be giving away a copy in 2 hours. 2 hours. And then tomorrow we're going to be starting yet another giveaway, because we're going to give away another copy of Pumps and Hoses next Tuesday. In fact, every Tuesday between now and release on September 27th. So you know what? Pop open a cold one, sit down, and have yourself a little good time. Let's go take a look at some Valtras. But before that, a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Will Houseman and Cowboy Farming. Thank you for being farm barons. And while we're at it, let's thank Beard6976 for subscribing. We overshot our dump point. Valtra is back with Series A, G, N, T, and Q. No, sorry. A, N, T, and Q. Not G. G was already here. Silly me. Anyway, Valtra A series comes in with the 1.7.1 update. 105 horsepower to start out with. $81,500. We have a front 3-point hitch or 600 kilogram. 480, 362, 40, 120, or no weights at all. We have lots of tire configs. We have standard twins, rear twins, narrow rear twins, narrow wheels, wide weights, wide tires with weights, wide tires again, wheel weights, and back to standard. Ooh, then we go to Michelin with standard wheel weights, wides, and wide with weights, wide tires 2, wide with weights 2, rear twins, twins all around. Continental standard tires, wheel weights, wide tires, wide with weights, wide tires 2, wide tire 2 with weights, rear twins, twins all around. Midas wide tires, tires with weights and wide tires 2 with wides and weights 2, rear twins, twins all around. Then we have BKT standard wheel weights, rear twins, twins all around. Bertestein standard wheel weights, wide tires, wide with weights, wide 2 tires, 2 wide tires with weights, rear twins, twins all around. Nokia Communal and wide tires, and then back to trailer bar. We have front loader attacher, We have the 105 horsepower engine, the 105 high-tech 4. We get a little bit of a different interior here. So take a look at the interior right around this area. High-tech, we get the shifter right there on the floor. High-tech 4 moves it to this thing right here. 115 high-tech. Again, we have the floor shifter, high-tech 4. 125 high-tech and high-tech 135. Of course, this is part of a mod installed. We have our Azara Pro. We can add main color options. Lots of color options. If that looks blue, I have absolutely no idea. Rim color options. Oh yeah, that's totally classy right there. Then we have the N series. Return of the N series. Chris L, welcome. Welcome, how you doing today? Twins all around, gets giggly. 3-point, then we have front weight. 120, 240, 360, 480, 600 kilograms. We have Trelleborg standard wheel weights, wide tires, wide with weights, wide tires 2. Wide tire 2 with weights, rear twins, twins all around. Michelin standard wide with weights, wide tires with weights, and narrow tires, rear twins, twins all around. Continental standard wheel weights, wide tires, wide with weights, rear twins, twins all around. Midas wide tires with weights, wide tires with weights. Oh, you can do this all day long. BKT wide tires, wide with weights, wide tires 2, wide tire 2s with weights. Bernstein standard wheel weights, wide tires, wide with weights, weights twins, twins all around. Nokian communal and wide tires 2. Interesting, we didn't have really narrow tires there at all. Roof setup. What the heck is a roof setup? We have standard. Oh, what? That is pretty cool. Standard or sky view, but the sky view is in reverse drive view. Right? Sky view is for reverse drive view. We have no reverse driving, or yes, sir, I want reverse driving. Adds a steering wheel and controls to the rear. We have panorama window on the right side of the tractor, or we can add a second door to the right side of the tractor. We have interior design 1, interior design 2. Look at that. Front loader attacher. Quickie Hauer. We have engine setup 135 active or 135 Versu. We get a completely different captain's chair and console and controls. Take a look at that. Totally different. So there we have the 135 in active. And now a completely different interior for the Versu. Then we have direct, which changes the transmission. 135 55E active Versu direct. 75 active Versu and direct. We have, of course, our Azara Pro GPS, lots of colors and lots of rim colors. That's the N series. T series is up next. We've got the 3-point hitch. We have front weight 120, 240, 360, 480, 600 kilogram front weight, 720 and 840 kilogram front weights. We have Trelleborg in standard wheel weights, rear twins, twins all around, narrow tires, and I like these narrow tires. They're not pencil thin. They are manageable in my opinion. Michelin standard wheel weights, wide, rear twins, twins all around, narrow Michelins. Continental standard wheel weights, rear twins, twins all around, narrow Continentals. Again, manageable. Midas standard wheel weights, rear twins, twins. BKT, standard wheel weights, rear twins, twins. Vertestein, standard wheel weights, rear twins, twins, and narrows. Knock-in tires, and then back we have a roof setup again. Standard or sky view. Reverse driving, yes or no. Panoramic window, guess what? Or second door. Interior setup. Design 1 or 2. You like 1 or 2? 2 or 3. Fuel tank setup is plastique or stainless steel. Look at that. Front loader attacher, quickie, Hauer. 135 active, and again we changed our interior completely. Active to Versu to direct, which is going to change our transmission from manual power shift to variable CVT, and that is going to be an option throughout all of the other horsepower options. We can add our Valtra. We have, of course, all of our tractor colors, tractor rim choices, and then the one that we have the Q series, the big boy. We have 3-point. Front weight, 180, 300, 420, 540, 660, 780, 900 kilogram front weight on the top. On the front, we have Trelleborg standard wheel weights, wide tires, wide with weights, rear twins, twins all around, and narrow tires on a 300 plus tractor. Hot dog, hot dog. Who doesn't like a hot dog? Michelin standard wheel weights, wide tires, wide with weights, rear twins, twins all around, narrows. Continental standard wheel weights, wide tires, wide with weights, rear twins, twins all around, and narrows. Continental standard wheel weights, wide Midas tires, wide with weights, rear twins, twins all around. BKT standard wheel weights, wide tires, wide with weights, rear twins, twins all around. Vertestein, guess what the options are going to be? A lot of them. Standard wheel weights, wides, wide with weights, rear twins, twins all around, and narrows. Knock-in standard 2, and communal tires. We have roof setup. We have the sky view once again, and that means that we're going to have a reverse drive option. Yes, indeedy. We have our panoramic window or side door again. Stowage setup. Okay, so pay attention right here. Stowage setup. For $700 more, we could get more storage in our cab. Really don't know if that's worth $700, but okay. Interior setup. We have a light interior or a dark interior. Front loader attacher again on a 300 horsepower tractor. We have our engine setup Q225, 230 horsepower, 245, 245 horsepower, 265, 265, 285 is 285, 305 is 305 horsepower. So we have narrow tires and a front loader option on a 300 plus horsepower tractor. We have our Azara Pro, our main color choices, our rim color choices. Oh yes, indeedy, we can go full on pink and purple if we want to. There you go, people. That is the new Valtra lineup. What is your choice in a tractor? Eric M., are you getting giggly because I say twins all around? Are you thinking about some other type of twins? Maybe the kind that look alike? Oh, let's get caught up on chat. tell you what I thought about. Ordering some Chinese today. Maybe I'll order some Chinese later this week. Chris Miller's double entendres. Twin Peaks. We know that's not a show. That's a mountain range. I still haven't fixed my sound effects. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll fix my sound effects. Watch this. Watch this. Oh. Oh. Let's do a little reverse drive. Oh, look at that animation. Let's see what it looks like from inside. Oh, yeah. The new dash readout. It's pretty slick here. Oh, look at those turn signals. A little dirty already because we finished seeding with it, but hey. Like I said, these are not your Farm Sim 22 Valtras. Where's the truck? Oh, here it is. Scott Free For All, welcome. Oh, no cow paint job. Not yet, Tukey, but there's always hope. There's always hope. The queue goes up to 305 HPs. 305 HPs with a narrow tractor that can also do a front loader. So it starts out at 230 to 305. The T's 210 to 270. The N is 145 to 201. And the A is 105 to 135. I've never seen a Valtra in person either, but I tell you what, virtually they look nice. There, I put a backstop. Oh, who knows what Tuki does? Yeah, I mean, Valtras are, I think Valtras are Scandinavian, are they not? Darren, what is up? I've seen fence around here. What's ironic is almost always the fence are hauling slurry tanks. Like always. Ray says they're Finnish. Finland. That's Scandinavian, is it not? I'm just showing my American ignorance with that, but yeah. Uzar, what is up? Now, I was looking up information, not a whole lot of information, I was just looking up to get colors of Valtra. And it looks like Valtra is an AGCO conglomerate. Yeah, they talked about having lots of different paint options on the web when I was looking it up, because I was just trying to grab Valtra colors for the thumbnail. I saw references to AGCO. I guess their idea is we don't really care what color it is as long as you're driving a Valtra. Summers Manufacturing is based around North Lockwood, or in Lockwood. Mayo Manufacturing, mayonnaise. They make mayonnaise. These things light up. It's hard to tell. Those definitely light up. There you see, I didn't spring for the extra large storage capacity. There's our rear drive wheel. Rear drive pedal set down there. We even have, check this out. There's even a light right there shining on the hitch connections. Isn't that fancy? That's Valtra power right there. That is some fancy tractor. I got a hitch light. And we have new strobe beacons. We have a new Valtra shirt, Valtra hat. Let's go into our clothing. We have, oh, that's not new. Look at our shirts. We've got a bunch of, there's our Kubota stuff, Planet. There we have Valtra shirt, Valtra jacket. We got Valtra pants. I don't have Valtra. Oh, we could look. There we go. We could really deck it out in red. We got a Valtra hat. Look at those beekeeper outfit. What I would say, I liked what was it, the NT, the T series. It lets you change the fuel tank from plastic to stainless steel. That was interesting. Dustin, welcome. How you doing? How's that tobacco harvest? We had a Cub Cadet tractor. It was a lawnmower. Remember, we're giving away a copy of Pumps and Hoses tonight. There's the download link. Right about now. Gleam.io. Well, Streamlabs, what's wrong with you? There it is. Oh no, the stainless steel is smaller. So it's for the paranoid types like Schultz. This thing is loaded down with corn. It's a little hard to slow. I think we know Burgess is going to get pink and purple tractors. We know Ravenhawk is going to put his Valtras in John Deere green because he's just confused. Yes, DC boys, TV boys. This is a map that is available for cross-platform. Oh no. Oh no, I don't think he's gonna make it. We have what looks like kind of heat haze over there. That's kind of cool. What's tractor time with Tim? Is it for... Does he teach people how to fix John Deeres that are broken? Since they break so often? Anyway, check out the Boss tractor that came out today. The mod of the Boss 5000. See, it's got lots of horsepowers to itself. Yeah, I haven't looked at it. Oh, it's that tractor lot in 17. Used it some in 19. Are we done? We're almost done. Howdy ho there, Mr. Jeaner. So today there was an interesting comment left on a video. We need a mod because 42 to reduce the working width, because 42 meters is too much. And I was like, we don't need a mod for that because it's base game. Adjustable working width of spreaders and sprayers is a base game thing. Oh, we like the Valtra Q. We like our friend the Q tractor. Fairly quiet also. Not overly loud, like the interior. It's not the slowest tractor around. We have some interesting directional controls where they got a big D and an arrow pointing forward. When we're going reverse, we got a big R and a arrow pointing backwards. Oh, it showed Schultz farming ghost peppers. Those are the only peppers worth having. Wow, Mr. Dio, I mean, you could also just buy one that doesn't have such a large spreading width if you wanted. I'll tell you one thing that is super cool is you can get a 300 horsepower tractor with narrows and a front loader arm if you want it. Oh, and reverse drive. Right, reverse drive, 300 horsepower tractor with narrows and front loader. That could easily be your, you know, your one and only tractor. Oh, the greenhouse mod, it looks pretty neat. Yes, it does. Lots of interesting aspects to that mod, like the ability to pick up all the pallets. The 4-time pallet capacity of the base game pallets in big bags. A fairly small production facility for herbicide, fertilizer, lime, and seed. The ability to buy big bags of rocks, because of course you have production of lime that requires rocks, so you can buy your rocks in bag form at the shop if you wanted to make lime with them. We're losing a little corn here and there. Big blue box. The update brings us Valtra. Free content update of Valtra. We get Valtra A, N, T, and Q series tractors in the update. There's also a few fixes published. It's a 730 meg update. Not too terrible big. Well, on PC at least. Carolina Reapers. What do you make some chicken salad with Carolina Reapers? That would be interesting. Have some spicy chicken salad. So the Valtras give you lots of configuration options. Reverse drive, cab configuration options from a light interior to a dark interior. Different engine options, which actually can also change your transmission and interior views. Well, you know, it looks like these are, I think these are maybe the 2022 models. Heck, maybe they're the 2023 models. Who knows? But I get a feeling that the lack of them at the start was planned. I mean, we had one Valtra, or two Valtras at the start, and it seemed like a rather glaring oversight based on how many Valtras we had seen in previous games. Now that we have it in free content update 5, you got to think maybe there was a deal. Like, you know, we want our newest model of Valtras in the game, but we won't have them ready when the game launches. So let's introduce them later on. The Skyview roof, which is real interesting, especially if you are in reverse drive mode, because then you have that interesting view. I mean, that would be real handy on the front if you were using a front loader arms, because you could then see better when you had whatever you were lifting up in the air. But from a reverse drive option, yeah, it's kind of interesting. Forestry one? What forestry one? Where's the forestry? I didn't see a forestry config. So here's our Q. Q305. Let's go ahead and toss in reverse drive. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, we got the dark interior. We've got the second door. We have narrows on the Q series. Chris, the old horse DLC is actually over at Simply Safe Mods. If you want to go grab it. It was converted over to 22. I thought the horse DLC was free. I thought it was part of a FarmCon. What's the manure problem on the fields? That's valid, Altona Gaming. That's valid. I'm just going to head back up to the shop. Really interesting interior on this thing. Then here we have the plug, and then a cord. You can follow the cord all the way up to the screen there. Really neat details. Does anybody know what the manure problem is the blue box mentioned? Oh, there it is. When you spread double and you miss a bit, it takes more of you for the other bits. When been done, it makes sense. I don't know, all I can say is if you're having an issue with manure and you think it's a bug, be sure to report it. Unreported bugs will never get fixed. Oops. Oh, this was something else cool. So it's maybe a little hard to tell, but there's like controls right there for something. Like I said, there's a little light back here for the hitch. Light up this area when it's dark. It's an agreement between Creative Mesh and Giants. Giants is acting as a publisher for this particular piece of content. So they have basically entered into an agreement with Creative Mesh to create this content for the game, and they are publishing the content for Creative Mesh. So basically think of it as a licensing agreement between Creative Mesh and Giants. You don't see anyone else doing that because no one else has the agreements with Giants. Did Giants approach Creative Mesh? Did Creative Mesh approach Giants about the deal? I don't know. But, well, we just drove down here to get some fertilizer. And we're just chatting about pumps and hoses a little bit. Creative Mesh had a third-party licensing deal in 17 for the Straw Harvest add-on. That was a third-party DLC. At that point in time, it was Aerosoft that was acting as publisher for Creative Mesh. FA978 did have a third-party DLC in 19. It was part of the award or reward for winning a mod contest. We're gonna skip through here. Yeah, Pepe978 had the Grimmy pack in 19. That was the result of winning a mod contest. Well, Mr. Dio, we don't talk about things that are illegal. What was that all about? Okay. And then in 19, Straw Harvest became just a free add-on. Tony Gaming, you'd have to ask Giants what their motivation is and what they do. It seems the relationship between Giants and Creative Mesh goes back many, many, many years. See how we're on here. We got over 100,000 liters of dried corn already. Well, yeah. They are partners after all for this, and they've partnered in the past with respect to straw harvest. I would say go back and watch the FarmCon coverage of Creative Mesh and straw harvest. There's a fair bit of kind of background on Creative Mesh at the first part of the FarmCon presentation. But they're far more than simply a modder or a modding group. I think you have an even playing field. The rules are no different than anybody else, except that for pumps and hoses, Giants has entered into a licensing agreement with Creative Mesh to create paid content, as is defined in the terms of service. No one is allowed to charge for content for Farm Sim 22 that is created with the Giants editor unless they have entered into a formal licensed agreement. Well, that's fine, Altona Gaming. That's fine. I think they figured it out on his first mod submission when his German was so Google Translate. Ray, anybody that submits a mod to the Giants Mod Hub and has the mod posted to the Giants Mod Hub does get incentive. They get compensated by Giants per unique download. The compensation amount is dependent upon the mod rating. I would say the compensation isn't such that anyone would barely be making a living off of it unless you became a mod factory pumping out a mod every week or something. But no one, well, I wouldn't say no one because there are some rather mismotivated Facebook modders that seem to feel that they are a rightful farm sim modding god and everyone should bow down to and worship everything they create. But that's for a discussion on another day. They're also a bunch of little whiny babies when they don't feel they get the deserved attention. Again, that's a discussion for another day. But overall, people mod not for the compensation. They don't mod for the praise and love of players. They mod because they see what they feel is a deficiency in the game, and they feel they have the creative wherewithal to solve that deficiency, and then they choose of their free will to share their creation with the rest of us. And they choose to submit things to the Giants Mod Hub because, quite frankly, that is where they're going to get exposed to the most players. So overall, modders' motivation isn't money, it's not fortune, it's not fame. It's they enjoy doing it, and or they do it because they see a deficiency in the game and want to fill that gap in. Nicholas, we are playing Backroads County, as is named in the stream. I'll tell you, in the end, it's a business relationship that Creative Mesh and Giants have entered into. If Creative Mesh does not deliver upon their side, I'm sure there are plenty of monetary repercussions. I'm sure they are either compensated in a form of a flat rate and or a percentage of the sales. But again, who Giants chooses to enter into business relationships is Giants' prerogative. And how, I mean, I'd venture to guess that. So they're creating a lot of additional functionality here in the game. It's not just applying slurry to the field, right? They've created scripts, they've created functionality related to dragline hoses connecting to each other, hoses basically trailing and following around on a field, hoses reeling up onto a reel. They've created 30 unique models of machinery. They have created and worked on a new production aspect in the manure separation, separating solids and liquids. The ability to use those solids as bedding for animals and or sell them and or spread them on the field. They have created a new concept or extended the concept of the biogas plant. They kind of build your own biogas plant with digesters, with fermenters, with power generators. It's far more than some vehicles far more than a few pieces of machinery. In my opinion, you're getting a lot more for your money off of pumps and hoses than you are off of Kubota or Vermeer. I mean, those DLCs were only included just a few pieces of machinery. Whereas pumps and hoses, we're talking about 30 things. Additional gameplay functionality. Very similar to the Premium Edition, it's going to include over 40 new things. New brands, right? So Pumps and Hoses is introducing us new licensed brands also. We've seen Giants work with modders to bring Jacko. That wasn't a paid DLC, that was a licensed agreement between a modding group in South America and Jacko and Giants. We've seen other brands come to the game via modders, via Giants. Platinum adds gameplay. We add the, what's that tram line thing? That overhead line thingy? So consoles are gonna get the ability to winch, connect logs to a winch, and drag them up mountains via an aerial cable. For one thing, we have the ability to, they add extended functionality with respect to production. So we can build a boat, we can build boats and launch the boats into the river. So we'll see boats launch into the river. We have the ability to build a roller coaster by delivering the required products. And then once the roller coaster is built, we have the ability to actually ride the roller coaster. Roller coaster has animations, lights up at night. There are new dynamics with respect to selling logs at the Sawmill. New animations there in the Premium Edition. Far more than just a new map. There are missions for logging missions. The ability to mark trees. There's going to be dead wood on the map, and there's going to be basically contracts to go into a plot of land and clear dead wood. That you will not have to own the forest in order to clear dead wood. So that's a new gameplay functionality there. Several new brands are coming in Platinum Edition related to forestry. If that's Canuck, you're playing in full screen mode. You need to play in windowed mode so you can all tab out. Schultz, I can't confirm anything related to the DLC because I don't know anything. That's not been announced. And they would never disclose a business financial arrangement. Isaac the farmer, what is up? I highly doubt Creative Mesh is getting 100% of the DLC money. Anyway. But what's the percentage? It's hard to say. But Giants is acting as publisher. They are acting as marketing agent for the DLC. So, yeah, they're going to have a cut just because they're acting, air quote, as the middleman to bring the DLC to themselves. Right? It's a little tongue-in-cheek there when I say middleman, but so let me get up here. Let me pull something up once we get up here. Related to pumps and hoses. I'm not saying it's worth it, okay? I mean, it's a steep price. I'm not saying it's worth it. It's up for you to decide if it's worth it. If we get access, early access, we will do our best to show it off and present it in such a way that you can make up your own choice, as we've done with all the other DLCs. There's never a guarantee that we will get early access, so that's why I say if. Okay, so here we have, this is the Pumps and Hoses DLC page. $17.99, right? $17.99. What do we get? What do we get? We get more than 30 items from various manufacturers that are new to the game. We get draggable hoses. Now, this has been shortened up quite a bit. This has been shortened up a lot from what this used to say. We get draggable hoses, can be spanned at hundreds of meters, connected to lightweight injectors to fertilize your fields. We get manure separation to separate solids from liquids. And it used to say that we had the ability to use it as bedding. Configurable biogas plant according to your needs and preferences. Okay. But it used to add a lot more. So what we know, we have got a pump. We've got slurry reels of slurry. We've got pumps, as I said, various pumps, various injectors, connectors. We've got a hand wrench for connecting the various hoses that are going to be bought in reels. Here we have some of the DLC buildings for the BGA. Here we have the manure separator. Stationary separator, which makes me think maybe there's a mobile separator. We've got some images. Hold on. Pumps and hoses. All right, so here we have some images. So here we have one of the injectors connected to a drag line. We can see the drag line running along the field, ultimately going back to a pump, which is pumping out of a tank that is off the field. We've got in front, we've got a reel in the front. Here we have what we've now learned is the manure separator tower. Although this might be a mobile version of the manure separator tower. It looks a bit smaller. We've got a slurry tank here. This is solid manure of some sort. Here we have some sort of building, but look, we've got a shovel. We've got a broom hanging up here. This looks like a loop for some sort of hose or something. There we have some more of that new BGA tanks. This is Elm Creek. There we have a reel with the hoses on the reel, and then we're going to unreel those hoses on the ground. We have a slurry tank. Another storage tank, probably for slurry. There's another angle of that drag line. Eventually coming back to this tank and pump. More BGA pictures. And then the cover pack. But it's rather interesting that the description of the DLC has been shortened up quite a bit from what it was a few weeks ago. Rabbit Rob with the 16-month Farm King. Streamlabs, where's the announcement? I think it's going to be more enjoyable on multiplayer. Because in multiplayer, you're going to have the labor force to go around and basically run the various machinery. So you'll have people run tanks of slurry, tanks of digestate out to the field. You'll have someone there to basically hook up the hoses and pumps and all of that. Because we all know anything with slurry and digestate is a rather labor-intensive process because you go through the product so much. But it's an interesting idea, as opposed to running heavy machinery over the field. You know, a giant tank full of heavy slurry on the field to apply it. You leave the heavy stuff off the field, and you have relatively lightweight injectors running across the field with drag lines behind it, obviously pumping from the pumps on the side of the field. Schultz, speaking of your 1,000 cows, is it still pending testing? I've got to think that QA is working heavy on pumps and hoses testing. In testing now. Now, something else that I heard interesting was apparently Microsoft did a oopsie, and for a period of time this morning, Xbox players had the capability of downloading and activating Platinum Edition. I'm curious if anybody knows anything about that. Now, I would strongly discourage anyone that maybe has managed to get it due to this error from putting any content out, because I'm sure Giants will be aggressive with takedown notices. But I thought that was a little bit of interesting oopsie-daisy. Snipper Buffo will be doing a launch party on September 26th for Pumps and Hosies. Yep, notice there's a water pump. It's not to pump anything other than water into the slurry pump. And it basically, air quote, pumps groundwater. It was talked about and demonstrated at FarmCon. So it's not a pump to pump water out of a river into a tank. It's not a water pump for automatic watering of animals that require water. It's basically a water pump to water down, to thin out the slurry so it runs through the pump and runs through the long hoses easier. Fuck it, what are you saying? What's in German? Yeah, I mean, we're pumping really long distances. KJ Wiggums, what is up? What is up? I'm no myth. I am legit. I'm right here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think there were several creators had an opportunity to. I know there were several creators that put out videos on Platinum Edition at FarmCon. It sounded like you had an opportunity to sign up for slots to get hands-on interview and demo of Platinum Edition. But I would say if I was going to, you know, shamelessly plug my own content, I mean, why would I do that? I would shamelessly plug this video, because that is my FarmCon roundup of pumps and hoses. So it's going to include portions of the video or portions of the FarmCon pumps and hoses presentation, kind of with my own commentary. We'll get fact sheets on Friday for pumps and hoses. We got surprise fact sheets last Friday for pumps and hoses. So that'll be exciting. I cannot imagine trying to slurry applicate a 16x map. That just seems a bit great. Oh my gosh, we've got 200,000 liters of corn. We're gonna make a fortune on dried corn, because dried corn is gonna earn us up to $1,351 per thousand. Compare that to regular corn. This is a mere $882. So 1351 times 200, 270 grand. I'm pretty sure we made close to $500,000 on dried corn last year. Chris, very much. I would say there's probably more buildable functionality that is new in Platinum Edition that we don't know about yet, right? I would say the biggest frustration is that a lot of that functionality is going to be locked away, not easily accessed for modders until whatever the next iteration of Farm Sim is, because it'll be a map that'll be locked away in DLC, unless Giants releases the map separate of the DLC, such that it's just a zip. I don't see that happening. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Bucket. Nobody likes a fire in a field. We're gonna be giving away pumps and hoses in 30 minutes, everybody. 30 minutes. How many entries do we have? We have 67 entries right now for the giveaway. Pretty good odds. You have 1 in 67 chance. Remember, if you don't win this giveaway, we start a new one tomorrow. Zipper Buffo can sit back and relax as the first winner of the giveaway. And, oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. I have the code now. Also, I bought it just before the live stream, so we will be able to send the code out to the winner tonight before I hit the hay. I was a little distracted. I was reading an email from my ISP about an outage that we apparently had. Well, that's interesting because we've been live streaming the whole time. I do not corp nut. I have not touched Courseplay in 22. I hear it's a lot better than it was in early on in 22, and well, quite frankly, I got tired of pulling my hair out, fighting it in 19, and basically threw it away. So I'm done. Horseplay and me have had a separation on terms, and we are both mutually agreeable that we will not talk of each other. We will stay within 500 yards away from each other. And basically it's just best for everyone that we not talk. I do sleep on hay, Burgess. It is a hay stuffed mattress and a straw stuffed. Actually, it is a feather stuffed pillow. I know it's feather stuffed because every so often one of the sticky parts of the feathers pokes through the pillow casing. Well, but usually ISPs don't know when they're going to have an outage. Right? It can be anything from a downed tree to someone hitting a pole with their automobile to a problem with a piece of machinery in one of their network nodes to an issue with an upstream provider. Pumps and horses. Hosers? What? Pumps and hosers. Johnny, my understanding was he was trying to get it on console, but was running into issues. I have not heard if he's continuing to try to get it on console or not. Happy birthday, Connor. What's the showground? Is that like a fairgrounds? We'll be able to get to rest in the harvester. And that is going to conclude our harvest for the season. I feel there's definitely an inside joke that I am not understanding one bit of. Schultz, we're almost out of fuel. How is this possible? You saw me refuel it just yesterday. We've not even used this for 2 hours and we've gone through an entire tank. I know who stole my fuel. His name starts with Schultz. He's already said he's a fuel thief. Somebody needs to come wash these tractors. Maybe we'll mix up another load of TMR. See what our cows are like. Moo. Oh, they could use another load of TMR. I don't know what Strange Brew is. Is that a TV show or is it a YouTube channel? Oh. Why is this tractor in my way? Oh, the Valtra Q305. I completely forgot what I was doing. Oh, well. I can tell you that I was 9 when that movie came out then. Well, Carol, I'm not nearly that mature. Later, Altona Gaming. I'll send you an email if you won. That would be ironic, would it not? Alrighty, so we're gonna get, what did we decide? It was 2 loads of hay, 2 bales of hay, 1 bale of straw, and 2 bales of silage. That's what we decided was the mix. We didn't have beta. We had VHS, and we also had a laser disc. We were fancy. We had a laser disc where you had to get up halfway through the movie and switch the disc. No, we didn't have to rewind, right? We just flipped the disc over. You get into the movie, you know, you're all into the scene, and the next thing you know, comes up with a blank screen that says, flip disc. That was like bathroom break, popcorn, you know, before popcorn was microwavable. Oh yeah, we played the national anthem and then went to static or you know, the pattern. I think we had an air popper. Maybe I think we had an air popper. Then I know we had one that was like a little, you know, hot plate with a wire spinner. Oh, this is hot. This is good. The popper with the little spinning disc was cool because the lid that you put in when it was, you know, to keep the popcorn off, substituted as a bowl. So you just flipped it upside down. Did this go and move on me? Oh, I think it went and moved on me. No, it didn't. There we go. Yeah, we had, yeah. Then we got fancy. We had a wired remote. Of course, the wire never reached long enough. Why would it? That's good enough. So we also had a we had a television. No Atari, no Nintendo, we had in television. Oh, they do light up. Yeah, you had to slide the little slidey thing on the metal box on the back. And yeah, it had to screw into the little screw terminals on the back of the TV. Get to work, plowing my field. Ooh, a Tandy. That's fancy. No, 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 no. We're not doing any of that. Let's go ahead and move into tomorrow. To November, eh? See what we got coming up in November. All right, so our wheat is up. We can nitrogen that. We can herbicide that. Our grass is growed a little bit. We could do one more cut of grass, as they say. Doug, welcome. And good night, sir. We have our field of barley over here growing. I thought we fertilized our barley, but I guess we didn't. We limed it and nitrogened it. We limed it in Yeah, we limed it and put herbicide on it. Right, so let's kept my tractor here. We kept our old tractor. Let's go put some fertilizer down. Now we had a television, and that was the only console we had until I got a Sega Genesis. I don't know what year it was when I got a Sega Genesis, but I think I was in high school or pretty close to it. Well, the thing is, we're going to run out of fertilizer. We're going to have to run back, but it's okay. Here in a few minutes, I need to jump over to another computer and get ready for the giveaway. Then I'll be right back. Oh, I didn't know about that game. I had, I just like the, I like Sonic, man. Sonic was fast. Oh, Mr. Dio is all about hitting it up with the girls. Oh, you like Sonic? I'll get you the Genesis. There was product placement in Sega Genesis football. Well, I thought you'd be volunteering at the Boys and Girls Club. Being a perfect role model for the youngins. But apparently I was expecting too much. Sounds like instead they had your poster up at the Boys and Girls Club. Warning the young ladies to stay away from Mr. Smiley Face. I'd say one of the stupidest things I did was, remember when yogurt was the big thing? Like they had yogurt restaurants, like frozen yogurt. I don't even know the names of those of the place. I forget it, but there was a yogurt shop in town. A young lady worked there. Probably. All I can say is I probably ate way too much yogurt. All right, we're gonna get back to the field. I'm gonna get this thing started out on hired helper, and then I'm gonna go do what I need to do to prep for the giveaway. We're gonna draw a name, and then we are going to close this live stream out. And then tomorrow night, I think we'll take the day off. I don't think we're going to be live streaming tomorrow night. Maybe, just maybe we'll get a map or two released tomorrow. Riverside, right? Maybe. We've seen it in testing a fair bit. Oh, A&W is outstanding. I mean, any place that has root beer on tap, where they just give you a chilled mug and say, go to town. Right? Burgers and root beer on tap. Don't know what else you could ask for. We had an A&W and what's that? Not Long John Silver's. Maybe it's Long John Silver's. It was a fish place. It was a combo A&W's and fish place. It caught fire. And they just recently reopened it. Sadly, it's no longer A&W. All right, I'll be right back. Then we'll do the giveaway. And we are back. Are we ready? We have a total of 68 entries. Who is going to be the lucky winner Does my drum roll work? Let's see. It does indeed. And the winner is... Are you kidding me? Eddie Rufus is the winner. Thank you very much, sir, for entering to win. You have been pulled as the winner. I'll be sending you an email very, very shortly with your Pumps and Hoses Giant eShop key, which will be then download Pumps and Hoses on November 27th at midnight CET. We will then be setting up a new giveaway for Pumps and Hoses that we will be posting in the community tab tomorrow. So be sure to enter to win. Good old Eddie signed up on September 5th. Yesterday he signed up. So a big old shout out to Eddie for signing up. You have 3 more chances to win, because we're going to be doing a giveaway on the 13th, on the 20th, I believe it is, and the 26th. Well, thank you all for coming out and watching today. As I said, I think we're going to be taking the day off tomorrow, not live streaming tomorrow. Maybe if Giants releases a map tomorrow, we'll be doing that video, recording it, and possibly doing a live premiere, depending on when that video finishes out. That is if Giants releases a map tomorrow. I have no idea. Hope you all have enjoyed the show. We had a good discussion about pumps and hoses, had a good discussion about other things, because that's what we like to do around here. Just chat it up with random topics. And let the night go by. Yeah, it's Long John Silver's. That's it. I can't. Yeah, I didn't like Long John Silver's food, but I would go in there and get A&W. I would get a A&W hamburger and some root beer off the tap. Later, Bucket, Simper Buffo, Scott, Pewter's Workbench, Chris Miller, Corp Nut, Bud, and everyone else in chat. We will be on Forza on Friday. We're moving our Forza live streams to Friday night, so be sure to come and check that out. And we might be back on Farm Sim on Thursday night. So just keep an eye on the channel for something to get scheduled. Till next time, happy farming.